are Our Place Out Loud. I am your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker, here with a panel of wise and wonderful teens. We have Montana. There's a mouthful of pizza. Delightful. Aaron, Nina, Olivia, Maddie, Rhodey, and Nikki. In the booth, we've got Drew and Jake and Justin. Trish is on Periscope, so if you find us on the Periscope and you want to ask us a question on the Periscope, go ahead and do so. Those questions float up the screen very quickly, though, but we have special nets that catch really good questions. So go ahead and ask us a question. We're going to jump off.
We've also got a phone number.
And an app.
And plenty of other things just to mention.
Oh, I'm supposed to mention some things?
That'd be great.
Why don't you do it, Mr. Smarty Pants?
Give us a call, 888-531-7171.
Give us a call, Jake says. 888-531-7171. If you're watching us on Periscope, you can type a question into the Periscope. You can also watch us on youtube.com/ourplacecommunity.
And you can also download the app and ask questions there, and we'll read them right here.
Right. So we are a social advice network called Our Place. You can find it in the iOS App Store, and you can join up. It's super easy to join, and you can chat and make friends and ask and give advice. So we're going to jump off with stuff going on in the news. Did you guys see this kid, Patrick Smith, who I guess I didn't see like what led up to it because the video kind of picks up the moment he asks the question. It's sort of like a promposal. But it's pretty elaborate because he's down on a football field where he's probably visible by 2,000 people or something. So he must have been fairly certain that, I guess you're fairly certain when you do an elaborate promposal that you're going to get a yes answer. But apparently awkward is not quite big enough for word. We're going to go ahead and show the video of what happened to Patrick.
Oh.
Whoops.
Why does Space do that now? Does anyone know?
It's always done that.
No, but like, it used to. Oh, you have to click on that. Never mind.
Yep, first you need to click on the video. So we're having difficulty locating the mouse.
Oh, click,
We are
click,
so
click,
technically
click, just click.
adept.
One more time.
One more time, click.
One more time.
One more time, click.
Teamwork.
Can we even play a YouTube video?
Can't you just press the space bar? Oh, okay.
Come to prom with me. I already have a date. What? I'm sorry.
All right. So
Please, thanks very much.
she already had a date, which
did.
I guess is better than I hate you. You're vile. So this was placed on YouTube or in a lot of public locations, and pretty soon Patrick had some pretty good news awaiting him on YouTube in the form of other prom date proposals, such as in song.
Hey Patrick, I don't sing or play guitar, so this will be interesting, but I hope you like it. I wish you would go to prom with me, my friend. We would have fun and dance together to the very end.
All right, so you get the idea. And we're going to talk about public humiliation, humiliation in general, and how to overcome. I mean, I guess the reason why people like watching Patrick propose prom and then be turned down is that it makes all of us feel better about times when we've maybe not gotten the answer that we hoped for, because he seems like a really nice kid, and he said in the article that I read that he had asked a bunch of people if she had a date for prom, and he had been told that it was pretty clear sailing, and so he had elaborately planned. A lot of people were in on that plan, and none of them seemed to be able to give him a heads up and say, hey, you may want to know this, she's going to prom with somebody else. So how do you think that, does anyone have any personal experiences with sort of that kind of public humiliation and how you've handled it?
Wow, lucky crowd.
No, it's not that they don't have an answer. It's they're debating whether or not to say their answer. Olivia?
All right. So, I mean, are we allowed to share our last names? I think I
Yeah.
have before. So,
Once you turn 18 or at your own discretion if you're under 18.
alrighty. So I am both of those things. And all right. So my last name is Lapidus.
Right, Olivia Lapidus.
And in elementary school, everybody, including teachers, called me Olivia Lapinus.
Oh, no.
And so during an award ceremony, the principal in front of parents and grandparents and all the students when I was getting my award was like Olivia Lapinus, and I was like, "You're a principal of a school."
Was it a mistake?
No, it was like a haha.
How is that funny?
It's
Ugh,
not. But I was
no.
in 4th grade and I was upset about it.
I would be upset at any grade.
And so were my parents, and I think it was my nana who was there too. And so yeah, I mean, my dad had some words with some people.
Why were all of your teachers like 5 years old? They don't normally make teachers who are 5.
I mean, it was the school. It was just the school.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So if kids would say that to you, what would be your response? Because we've all been shamed. We have all been meant to feel so big, and we've all had to deal with people that don't really seem to care about. I mean, in Patrick's case, it was just simply the kid said, I have a date. Like, she couldn't have said yes. She would have had to have taken it back later. So I don't feel like anybody was trying to humiliate him.
Oh,
I just think
definitely
it was an
not.
accident. These things happen kind of deal. But once the news picks it up and everything, and now you're that famous kid for a minute who asked a girl to prom very elaborately and was turned down, it's different than someone going out of their way to say, oh, I'm going to play with this kid's name and say some body part that makes everyone giggle. Like, are you Beavis and Butthead? Like, who are you? Why is this funny? Aaron?
Yeah, like this whole thing is just like forever. I've sort of had this opinion that something like a prom proposal or like a marriage proposal, things like that, probably are best left to a more private situation. But at the same time, like I never went to high school. I was homeschooled, but I've heard that like in high school, public prom things like this are a huge deal, and like if you don't do it, you're terrible. You're considered a terrible person or something, and like you need to be really elaborate and very public and very showy, and so like it traps people in these situations. And I don't have all the information, but if one of you would like to fill me in,
Pick a name, Aaron.
okay, Maddie.
Well, I also did not go to high school, but from what I understand from other people, that there's a sort of prom etiquette, I think is how you put it. Basically, if you're going to do a really public proposal, you should ask the person either first, so that when you ask in public, you already know what the answer is, or the person should say yes and then turn you down later, so that you're both saved from the
So you think that
embarrassment
girl
of-
should have said yes? Even
Well,
if her boyfriend was like
yeah,
on the team?
I mean, technically they're both in the wrong in this situation, because he didn't ask before and she also turned him down publicly, so they're both kind of, I mean, it's not that she was in the wrong for saying no, but it could have been.
She could have done an improv answer. Yes, and I'm also going with someone else.
Yeah, she's like, you can come with me and this other person. Like, I don't know.
Rhodey, was your hand up?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say basically the same thing. Like, I feel like really he should have talked to her ahead of time. Like, maybe she could have said yes and then turned him down later, but that still would have been an uncomfortable situation for both of them. So I think, like, the best thing would have been if he had asked her ahead of time and then been like, also, is it okay if I ask you publicly? And, like, are we definitely already going? Because that's the thing you need to find
Right.
out before asking. It's kind of like 2000
Before the
people.
band is on the field. Yes.
I do understand why he wanted to ask her like publicly and not tell her, though, because it's the whole point of like this public prom proposal is because it's like a huge surprise, and it's like, oh my god, prom, woo. I don't know what that was,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, did you want to?
No, I just thought you were done.
Oh no, no, that's not how I end.
Go ahead.
That shouldn't be how I end sentences.
All right.
No, but I think, yeah, I kind of agree that you should talk it out first. But like, in my view, I don't think like when I watched the video, I was just like, oh, but I don't like, I'm not like laughing at anybody. I don't
Right.
think it's like, I wish other people like at the stadium like took the same opinion, because it's not like, I don't take joy in that when like somebody gets turned down really badly. Like, that's not a funny thing. And
Well, I think that's why when I Googled the video, because I first saw this on Gawker, and I didn't like the way they wrote their article. It was, like, kind of gross. If you read it on Gawker, you'll know what I'm
I've
talking
never
about.
read Gawker. But
Yeah. So I was looking for the video elsewhere, so I went to YouTube. I typed in the video. This video shows up, and then right underneath it, the girl asking Patrick to prom. So it's like, if you hold your head up high, that's how quickly people come around and say, I got you.
But I think
I
it's,
think you're cool.
I
Yeah.
think it's really cool that he did it like so publicly and he went out on a limb, basically. And like, yeah, he got turned down, but like, it's good that he was like confident about it instead of just like, oh, I'm not gonna do it because I'm scared. I mean, like, you failed, but I mean, like, at least you tried. And that's the thing everybody's gonna remember. Like, hey, at least he tried doing it, and it was
Yeah.
kind of cool.
He tried big. And any elaborate promposals at your school, Nikki? Have you witnessed
not
any?
that I can think of.
No.
There definitely were quite a few, but
Is there pressure?
there's certainly pressure. I kind of went through it this last year. There's definitely pressure. There's pressure. To answer your question,
Yeah. So did you ask a girl to
I did
prom?
not
You
go
did
to
not.
prom.
Yeah. So maybe next year when you're a senior.
Yeah, for sure I'm going.
And do you feel like you have to top whatever the big promposals were
Yes,
this?
I do.
But you don't really, do you?
No, but at the same time, you want to have the promposal that stands out, and yeah, there's pressure.
All right. Well, we can brainstorm at the end of the show promposal ideas for Nikki.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Olivia.
Okay, so I went through YouTube just watching a bunch of promposal videos
Okay.
because I had nothing to do. And the best one that I saw was they're rushing a guy in who appears to be pregnant. Yes, the baby. And his friends get him up on a delivery table, and he's like having this baby, and then under the table shoots out a grown man in a diaper, and then he goes up to the girl and he was like, I was born to go to prom with you. No. And I was like, this is fantastic. This is excellent. There was nothing that's going to be better than that.
They
Like,
need a 3-picture deal.
I'm
so
like,
good.
honestly, I'm so happy that it happened. Very unhappy that it didn't happen to me.
Aaron.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like the crowd, like some people in the crowd in that video, they were laughing and like
Really?
yeah, you could hear it. And like, but I'm thinking about it, like that sounds really awful, but how many people are actually finding this funny? Probably not very many. Most of them are probably in like a really nervous, like, oh my God, did I just witness this?
Yeah, like
And-
Right.
nervous laughter.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
For
bye.
most people, it's like, oh, that's a thing that happened.
Right, exactly. And like, I hope he doesn't feel bad about that. And I think that people in general, if this does happen to them, like, should recognize most people are like, oh God, what if that happened to me? Or like, did I just witness this?
Right.
And it's this nervous reaction.
They relate to it. Nina?
Exactly.
Yeah, and adding on to that, when something that helps me when I go through embarrassing thing is when you really imagine what you would be doing witnessing this, it really won't matter to anybody in the audience like a week from now. No one really cares anyway. Like they feel bad for you, I would hope. Like I feel bad for this person, and right or wrongs in this situation, I feel like it was just something that happened, and I feel like no one really could have prevented it. It just happened, and we shouldn't be, saying that he should have asked beforehand. It just happened, and it will pass, and, it just...
Exactly. It happened.
I think most people in the audience were probably just like, oh God, like, what if that had happened? What if that had been me? Like, because that probably sucked for that
Well,
kid.
you know what would have been worse, though, is if it had been a wedding proposal.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I've seen that. I've been I was at a Dodger game, and they do the stupid thing with the guy that goes in the jumbotron, and the girl was like very neutral, and obviously like didn't want to say no on the camera, but it was obvious that she did not want to say yes.
That's a thing that probably won't happen, but thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Who should I pick? Montana.
Personally, I'm not super like the really really big promposals. That's not really my thing because people just try to top it with like how big they can be, so everybody does the Dodger screen thing, and I think that's really lame because everybody does it. Like, your promposal is not special, or your marriage proposal or whatever is not special. Like 1,000 people have done it and it's just big. I like it when it's like personal, and
Giving
it can
birth
be
to a
big.
man.
Personal.
Yeah, exactly.
When it's creative, as in man birth, and like personal.
But we don't
like,
know what he did before he asked. There could have been clowns and
Oh yeah,
balloons.
yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
I'm not
we-
saying about this person
Mhm.
in particular. This is my problem with like sports event things. Also, like, not to be sexist or anything, but I know like a lot of the times it's not like the girl who like wanted to go to the Dodger game. It was the guy like, hey, come to this Dodger game with me, and she's like, fine. And then like you're asking her in like kind of your realm. Like
Right.
you have 10,000 people cornering her, basically.
Right. Yeah, all on your team. I get it. Liv.
I was at a restaurant and there was a proposal that went down that went so badly.
No.
It was like hard to watch. Like I didn't even want to eat my food anymore. Like I just didn't want to be there. It was just, he got down on one knee and she's like, really? At a restaurant? Original? And he was like, no! And I was just like, I'm at the next table and I'm hearing everything and this is so personal to you. I'm a part of it now and I didn't mean to. And it was just like, oh
Wow.
And he was just like, what? And she was just like, I mean, I don't know. Like,
I was thinking
really,
a meadow, maybe,
like, it was just like
with a
and they
rolling
just
brook
started bickering
and a
it was
rainbow
just-
and a unicorn.
But what does he do then? Like,
It takes you to Atlantis. That's the only way to go. Or space.
I think what he does is find another woman, because she's.
Yeah.
It's just gonna get downhill from here fast, very quickly, rapidly.
very rich.
Who would like to read? Oh, what did I write here? I'm going to be a.
I'll read it.
I think I interrupted. So who's this from? Well, let's just call it
Oh.
anonymous, because I think I made a mistake when I posted the link.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Who wants to read it?
Sure, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a sophomore in high school next year. Are there any tips or memories in particular you want to share about your experience as a sophomore?
No.
The reaction is no.
All right. So
I
she-
was a
this-
sophomore once.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm not even a sophomore yet.
This came in to Ask Wheezy, and I kind of responded with, my whole high school experience is like one giant blended smoothie of, I can't. I do remember though that sophomore year, you kind of start to feel like a person who gets to say things. Yes, Montana.
That was like my whole point, because like I don't really want to like share any of my memories because I repressed them for a reason.
Yeah.
But just like freshman year is kind of when you're just like mulling around and getting used to things and like trying to like get into the swing of high school. So nothing really that dramatic happens. Sophomore year is when like you start like looking forward to like, I mean, obviously you're not like applying to colleges or anything, but like you're kind of looking forward to like the rest of your life, and you're realizing like all your opportunities, and it's kind of just when everything opens up and a lot of weird stuff happens. Sophomore year is just the weirdest year. It was weird for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's kind of weird.
I met a lot of fun people that year.
It's a good year to start really joining stuff, because as a freshman, when you tell a freshman to join stuff and then they join something and they're the only freshman there and they just feel like, okay, I'm invisible. Liv?
A memory from my sophomore year is I snuck off campus to go to Subway because I forgot to pack a lunch that day and I didn't get caught.
Nicely done.
Cool.
Nicely done,
That was
Maddie.
like one of the two positive memories. So.
Maddie?
This year would have been my sophomore year. I didn't actually go, but I had friends who did. So
You kind of went away.
I was alive this year. If that's
Yeah,
what
I mean,
you're
tell
asking.
people what you did.
Yeah.
Tell people
I-
what you
I
did, because it
existed
is
this year.
pretty. It's unique what you did.
I decided to go to college early instead of high school because I didn't want to do that.
And you went all the way across the country to.
I did. I went to
Yeah.
Massachusetts. It's a
Right.
very tiny town called Great Barrington. I don't even know if it exists on Google Maps. I'm sure it does, but like it's hard to find in all the forest.
Do they have a subway?
No. There's no subway, no trains. The roads
I
actually
mean,
don't
like
exist.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh, there is a subway. There's one subway.
Because you don't really
Then
need
it's on
to
Google
go
Maps. The only
on the
chain store we
subway
have
if
is
there's a subway.
If it's got a subway, it's on Google Maps.
So which was kind of interesting, but like from what I understand from my friends who went to sophomore year in high school, basically this is the year where you kind of start understanding the importance of all the stuff you're learning in school. Like before it was kind of just like you were learning it and that's why you were learning it, is because you had to learn it and it was school. But now you kind of realize the global impact of the stuff that you're learning.
I did not realize any global impact of anything when I was 16 years old.
I
not,
definitely
either
agree.
way.
Nothing.
Or either way.
Nothing sank in. It was just,
the adults from
Yeah, I didn't.
from
I
the
didn't-
Peanuts where
I
they're
didn't
like,
get to
"Wonk."
where you're describing. Where you're describing, I didn't get there till after college. So you're very advanced.
Okay.
No, it was really like my brain was a vessel that things were being poured into. A lot of it was just slipping right out.
I mean, a lot of like the curriculum. I mean, like this is like kind of I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but a lot of the kind of school curriculum has been shifted down. So, like, there's a lot more stuff happening in the lower grades. Sorry, am I not close enough, Jake? What's the face?
You keep putting your face really close to it and then turning it away from it anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just keep your mouth close to this. That's the
Eat the mic. Eat the mic.
Okay.
It really does makes a huge difference. It doubles the sound of your voice if you're actually like right on top of the mic.
Okay. Am I close enough now?
Radio technique. Very
Okay.
good. Yeah, go ahead. And talk loud.
Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys feel the same way about like curriculum being shifted down. Like there's more stuff happening in the lower grades than there used to be. Like from what my parents tell me, it was like when they were in school, like there's a lot more stuff happening.
That's
like,
assuming I remember anything I was
As you
taught
start.
when I was a sophomore in high school, and I don't.
That's what
But
my
we-
dad said though too. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's fine. It's fine. The weird thing that happened to me was when I moved from New York, I came here and I had already learned a lot of the stuff that we were learning at the middle school I was going to, and that's partly the reason that I did move to homeschooling, because independent school, because they can ump it up. 'Cause
Challenge you
I-
more.
Yeah, I did like. But in some schools, it's more challenging, and then some curriculums, it's not. It's just really weird how different it is across the country than it is here, and it's wacky.
Yeah, I mean, and it can vary school district to school district. Like you could even stay in Los Angeles County and go from school to school and find private schools versus public schools might be completely different. Olivia?
Yeah, I went to private school my entire life before I went to high school, and I did placement testing for when I got to high school, and I placed in 12th grade English and like social studies and history, but they couldn't put me in 12th grade anything, so I was stuck in 3 years of stuff that I had already learned in subjects that were way too easy for me.
Oh, wow.
And it was like I was over it before it even started.
Right. So, but I just think in terms of emotional maturity and just development as a human being, and having been at the school already a year, sophomore year is when things start to click in terms of real friendships and feeling like you deserve and belong to be there and to have a voice. Montana?
Also, a tip for sophomores, if you're like 15 and a half, 16, I think that's when you're a sophomore.
Yeah.
This I regret so much. I really should have gotten like my driver stuff done my sophomore year.
Yeah.
But I didn't because I was lazy. So sophomores, do that because like it makes all of life so much easier, and you can like go places. You basically just get a little more independence a whole lot faster once you drive. So if you think you're ready for that and you can do that, and like you can like drive a car and not crash, do it.
Do it.
Do
All right.
it now.
And you can do a lot of that kind of stuff over summer school, too. You can get a lot of driver's ed and stuff like that out of the way over summer school.
In New York, you can't get it until you're 16.
Yeah, it's
so you
different
can't
state
get
by
like a
state.
permit until you're 16
Yeah.
or
Oh.
anything, and people wait. So like here, it's a lot different.
All right, we're going to move on to
Driving
the
in New
next
York's different,
question. Please read the question, Montana, from Blair Girl.
Wheezy, I'm afraid I'm too short. I'm 5'1" going into high school this fall. I'm one of the smallest in the grade. I have trouble finding jeans that fit me because of my short legs. My doctor said I'm not going to grow. How do I grow more confident and deal with this?
Hands are up. Aaron.
Yeah, so I'm just going to say that I've gotten through college, and short people and tall people got along just fine, and everyone was happy with each other regardless of their height. I mean, if this is something you personally have a thing with, then you like maybe there's something like regarding shoes you could wear that could like elevate you. But in terms of social things, like it's fine, I promise. Like
People come in different sizes.
people come in different sizes, and that's the way the world works. Olivia?
All right, so I'm 5'3". I'm only 2 inches taller than you, and I'm 5'3" on a good day, and that's what I lied and put on my driver's license. So, here's the deal. Pants. You can get them tailored. It's a little bit more, so buy cheap pants and then invest in the tailoring. It's incredible. It does wonderful things for you. They can tailor in, they can tailor out, they can tailor up. It's fantastic. You can just buy a pair of pants and then they can make them fit you. So, yeah. Go to Forever 21, H&M, or even thrift shops, and you can tailor the jeans perfectly. So if it fits you in the waist, tailor it up and tailor it in.
And I want to say also, you may feel like, oh, well, I'm only 5'1", therefore I have to hem my pants. No, once you're a grown-up, pants come in different waist sizes and the same length.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody has to get their pants tailored. Because when you're a kid, they come in different lengths because kids are different heights as they grow. But once you're buying ladies' jeans, everyone gets them hemmed. You may be on the shorter side of things amongst your friends, but you're certainly a normal height. You're going to have friends of all different heights. You're going to be just fine. And you go to any dry cleaner because they all have they have a seamstress that works there, and you try on your pants, and she gets them to be like a really nice length for you. And if your friends call you shrimpy or short stuff or whatever, just laugh with them because everyone has something about themselves that they're not totally thrilled with. Once it starts to sink in, like, oh, this is what I look like, then you're like, okay, cool, I got this. Montana.
Yeah. I kind of had the same problem when I was a kid, except for like the opposite. Like all my pants like made me look like Steve Urkel because they were all slightly too short, but just enough to make it really awkward, and you can't roll them up so they're capris. It was just a bad length. That's kind of why I wear leggings almost every day. I have one pair of jeans and I hate them and I hate wearing them, and they're nice jeans. It's just they're so restricting. So try to find other options. I really like leggings or like skirts and stuff because they're really comfortable. They're kind of like you don't even have to worry about like what length they are.
One thing I will say is that if you have short legs, that they say that capris are not flattering for girls with short legs. It kind of cuts your leg.
Work on almost no one. So
yeah, they're hardly ever.
Everyone would ask me if my jeans were capris because now I wear women's clothes, but before I was wearing the jeans and none of them would fit me because they'd be up here and I was the tallest one in the class, and everyone would be like, "Oh, I like your new capris." I'm like, "Yep, they're definitely capris."
Maddie. Wait, Maddie?
Oh no, I was gonna say it's
really
also
pull the mic closer.
It's a conversation starter. You can be like, "I can't reach this. Help me!" Like you know, I do that all the time. I'm not even that short, and I'm wearing like 7-inch heels today, so I don't feel short today. Yeah, they're
Jakey?
they're huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can just be like, "I can't help me reach all the things." I've done that to you, I think.
Yeah. Ready? camera. Cool. Okay. So, whenever as we said, everyone has one feature that like is just kind of a little bit off. For me, it's my neck. It is incredibly long. My suggestion is practice jokes you can make about your own neck. They can be inserted into most conversations. Obviously, for you, it's your height.
No neck.
But yeah, everyone should have jokes about their own neck. 'Cause like, it's far more fun. People are gonna make jokes about goofy-looking things about everyone. It's more fun if you get to be in on the joke and make some yourself, and then like you're making people laugh, and that's always a fun thing to do.
I think that a long neck is a nice quality, and I never noticed anything about Jake's neck until he pointed it out to me.
Everyone in my family says that. No one else says that. Everyone else agrees with me and laughs with me.
Olivia, please talk to Jake about his neck.
All right, Jake, your neck's probably fine.
Probably fine. You never noticed it, though, right?
No.
Wait.
See? I definitely never noticed it, and I've known you since you were, like, not even existing.
Jake, I have also known you since literally forever. That's not... No, I'm looking at it right now. That is like a normal person's neck.
Okay, what's not normal? My mom. My mom is so short. My mom is the shortest person. She cannot reach anything. Every single pair of her shoes has a heel on it.
Your mom is wee.
Oh my God. You know what she does? Sometimes she'll go to the junior section and then just get it taken out a little bit.
But she owns it. Like, she'd be like, "Sister, this is what I'm buying."
Oh my God. She like goes up to people and she's like, "Give me 2 inches of your legs." Oh my God. See, it's like if you knew my mom.
Don't.
I love your mom.
My mom. Oh,
Wait,
man.
how
She's a
short is
pistol.
she?
She's a pistol.
is. She likes to say 4'11", but we all know that's not true.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was just gonna say to this girl, like 5'1" is not even the shortest person
Yeah.
I know.
It's
I
not.
like
Yeah.
in my senior class, there are at least 2 people who are like 4'9".
There
My
are
roommate
men
was
shorter
4'9".
than you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have anything to feel bad about.
right.
Also,
Nikki, tall person. Like, what do you say to people who are like, "Hey, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but you know, you're tall."
I've come to accept at this point. I'm just gonna tell this kid that as a kind of tall guy, I have no like bias against you. My friends are all shapes and sizes.
And you would date a 5'1" girl, right?
Of course.
Of course.
Also,
sorry.
you get all the guys. 'Cause
Oh.
there's
Nobody
you know.
too tall for you.
Except tall guys should date tall girls because the short girls can date short guys. It's not fair. Like, you can't just steal all the tall guys because the tall girls cannot date
We
the
can't
short guys. It doesn't
pass
look right.
a law.
I think it should be
We
a thing.
can't.
I think it should.
Also, have you seen Shaq's girlfriend? She's like, he's Shaq sized, and she's like, she literally comes up to like here on him, so he has to like hold her hand really down.
Right.
I
so
know, right?
She's a pocket girlfriend.
Yeah.
You can take her everywhere. It's handy.
I really think he could get a pocket installed like somewhere on him that could like hold her.
Yeah, he has room.
Aaron,
Yeah, he
please,
has room.
Aaron, please read the letter from Zoe Rose.
Yes, thank God. My sister is stealing money from me. After work, I take all loose change I make from tips and put it in a piggy bank shaped like an Eiffel Tower. Well, yesterday I saw my 12-year-old sister at lunch at school buying lunch with all change. I thought that was odd. And this morning I noticed that my Eiffel Tower was completely turned around. I know because I'm a little OCD about it and I like the coin slot facing the back. But I don't know how to talk about this. I'm just so angry. I was so excited because the jar was really full and I couldn't wait to count up all the money I had saved and how much has my sister taken from me over these years. I'm just so hurt. I don't know what to do anymore. She keeps stealing from me. Wow.
Maddie.
I know this isn't exactly on topic, but I just need to mention it. Like, there's no such thing as a little OCD. Like, that's not a thing. It's a disorder. You can't be a little bit disorder. Like, that's not.
It's like it's
Don't. You can have mild OCD,
not
you
about
can't. But you can't be a
one
little
thing.
OCD
Like,
about something.
I have OCD. I deal with it every day, but there are different degrees of it. But when people are like, "Ugh, I sharpen my pencils. I'm so OCD." I'm like, that's like
no.
saying like, "Oh, I'm so bipolar today." Like,
Right.
Yeah,
that's,
I don't like it.
Yeah,
that's not a thing.
All right, let's focus on the child's problem. I
That
feel
was
like
a good
this.
point, though, Maddie.
It is a good point, Maddie. I feel like a lot of this evidence is circumstantial, and that the kid is 12 and she was buying food. That's like the Steve Martin joke where he's like, "My mother keeps asking me for money to buy food." I don't know which album it's on, but look it up. It's probably on YouTube. So it's not like she was, huh? Like if the kid doesn't have lunch money, then what's going on inside the family, right? It's not like you saw her buying American Girl dolls with loose change.
Wait.
couldn't.
What if it's
They're
the
so
mom? What if it's the
expensive.
mom taking the money out of the Eiffel
It
Tower
could
to
be
give to the
anything.
daughter? Right, exactly.
I'm just saying she's buying lunch. So let's look at the family dynamic and find out why the child doesn't have enough money to buy lunch. Nina.
I have your same issue. This
Right.
happens to me all the time, and I'm so you. I am everything. If it's in a different spot, I'm not going to say I'm a little OCD because I'm not. But
You would notice it.
yeah.
Me too. I
Yeah.
would too.
I notice every little thing because I'm really a neat freak, weirdly. But my brother steals my money all the time, and I don't know what he uses it for. But I go in there, and then like $40 is. And he uses my debit card, too. Like, he takes my debit card and uses the number.
Oh, my
and
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's a little devious, but
And
he's,
he's
like, funny, so I'm not...
That's
yeah.
more than a little devious.
And
That's
then
actually a problem.
He used to hide my stuff and then be like, I don't know where it is. He is a problem child. But he's funny, so it's not like he's actually crazy. He's just... tries to mess with my head.
His
but
name
the
is
way
also
I
Drew.
do, I
Wait. $40 missing from your bank account isn't messing with your head. I'm just gonna say that.
I know. He likes to really piss me off. It's awful.
All right,
But
can we look at the circumstances in this
I know
particular situation?
I
If she has a job, that means she's over 16. She's watching a 12-year-old pay for lunch with loose change. How much is school lunch that would be unusual? How much is school lunch?
not that much.
So if you have all change, it would be a little weird.
What's our problem with just asking her about it?
yeah.
Maybe you
talk
should
about it.
maybe
Like-
just ask her about it and say, why are you using my money if you need it? Why don't you just come to me and ask me for it? Because that makes it more appropriate and makes me feel less stolen from if you ask me.
But what if she first went, since this is a child we're talking about, what if she first went to mom and said, are you giving Amanda lunch money? I'm just curious because there's a couple of things that maybe I'm being paranoid, just to give everybody an out, but approach it very gently. Don't get in anyone's face. Don't accuse anyone of anything because it's all circumstantial up to this point. So you want to get to the bottom of it without backing people up against the wall and having them, because if the family really is so strapped for money that they need your money to buy a 12-year-old lunch, then there's more going on that you should be included. They should be doing it with your permission because you do have a job and you should be wanting to help out if the kid doesn't have enough money for lunch. Aaron.
Right. Like, just one thing I wanted to go back to, you said it's circumstantial. Yes, technically speaking, no one has been caught red-handed doing anything. It's unusual she's using change, and it's unusual that your Eiffel Tower is backwards.
Right.
But like, someone could have gone into your room and cleaned things, and that just turned around in the process. Maybe she just like happened to have a lot of coins in the car that day and took them with her. Right. Like,
And
we don't know, and it's your job to go to your mom, like Weezy said, to go to your mom and say, listen, can we talk about like school, whatever, like how come, like I noticed that she was using change, that's a little strange, what's going on? Poke around, get some evidence, and then if things seem to be the way they think they are, you think they are, then that's when you want to step in, and you know, at that point it's probably not a bad idea to get your mom involved.
And you may want to get the kind of piggy bank where you really would have to shatter it open to get the money out.
Oh yeah, that's a good
because
point.
you're leaving your money out in the open.
Right.
And go ahead, Montana.
Either that or like take it to the bank. I don't know why you get tipped in change. Like I've never seen people tip like quarters and stuff, unless it's at the front box thing. Oh, okay.
Oh, at Starbucks you would get tipped in change.
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought she was like at a restaurant. Normally people don't tip all in quarters, but I did tip all in. Like I put a few dollars out once, and they made a smiley face in pennies just to show how cheap I was. Anyway, what was I talking about?
Wow.
I'm just
I would have lost
embarrassed
my train of thought too.
I'm just so disappointed in
I'm
myself.
going to have Nina read the next question. I am disappointed in that too. Undefined.
Okay. I'm really sad right now. My boyfriend said in his exact words that you look better without your glasses, and I'm not saying you look ugly with your glasses because you look cute as heck, but you look way better without them. I don't know why this made me feel so sad. It is not that big of a deal, is it?
Aaron?
So first of all, there's two ways this could be going down. One is he's being a jerk, which he is anyway, but one is he's actually kind of actually being a jerk, and the other way is he thought he was complimenting you. It's one or the other, and I can't tell which it is based on this story, but like as a general, like he shouldn't do that. He shouldn't say things like that.
He's
That is
gently trying to
dangerous.
get her to not wear her glasses,
Right,
by
like-
telling her what he prefers.
Right, and like he sees his style and he's like, "Oh, that's cool. I like that. I should try to say, "Hey, you look great," so that she does that more often, which is like he doesn't necessarily see how there's a problem there, and I think that it's important for him to hear from her how she felt. Olivia.
I think it's kind of the second one where he doesn't really know he's being a jerk, because I feel like you definitely know when someone's being a jerk to you, and like she said, is it a big deal? I don't know. So I definitely think it's like, yeah, no, he just said it wrong. I think maybe he was trying to compliment you in a really kind of backhanded way. Guys sometimes don't think it through before they say it.
Oh, that's
They just kind of say it, and then they're like talking around it, and this is what I tried to mean, but it didn't come out with my words. So, I mean, talk to him. Just be like, hey, didn't appreciate that. I think I look bangin' always.
Bangin'. Jake.
Okay, yeah, Olivia, I think. Oh, wait. There we go. Olivia, I think you're 100% right. The way it's phrased makes you think that the second half is hurriedly said as though to, like, not be insulting. Like he said, like, you look really good without your glasses. Not that you don't look bad, and, you know, he did that kind of catch-up thing.
Backpedaling,
But I feel like he totally didn't mean to be insulting, realized what he said may have been insulting, and then possibly made it more insulting by trying to make up for that. So cut the kid a break. I don't think he's trying to be mean. If it's still bothering you, you can ask him about it. I'm sure he'll have thought it through more now.
And one point that I made in the app when I answered this question is that, you know, you have the same face behind your glasses as you have in front, like without, like it's just, it's still you. It's just like what you have on is slightly makes you look slightly different. And so it's not like saying to somebody like, oh, I hate your haircut, where you have to go like, you know, like 3 months until it grows out or whatever. It's like, you want to see me without my glasses? Let me see what I can do. You know, and
Magic.
and so you can have fun with it. You know, you can just tease him about it, you know, because it's easy enough for you to be having a conversation with him and just take them off so he gets to see you without them. It's not like you have to make some, like lose 40 pounds for him to think you're cute as heck, you know? Maddie.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a little bit in the phrasing, because if you change it to, like, you look great without your glasses, and I'm not saying you look ugly with what? No, hang on.
Yeah.
Like, you look great without your glasses. You could just say, and you look great. Like, it's not that you don't look cute. It's just you look great without them. It's if you just change from, like, better to great, it's not as bad.
Right.
Like, I think the phrasing, like everybody's been saying, just came out wrong, and it was trying but failed.
No, I know, I hear you, but like my husband has told me that he would, he's had LASIK surgery, and I should get LASIK surgery. He's more than hinted that, have you ever tried contacts? Just a question that I'm posing for no apparent reason. So I know that he would prefer me without glasses, but like, yes, I've tried contacts. I've worn them for like 12 years. My eyes built up a resistance to them. They were irritating me and making me in a bad mood, trying to clean them, and I don't want them cutting into my eyeballs, and so I wear glasses. And he loves me, so it's kind of hard to say this to a 12-year-old, but your boyfriend loves you and he thinks you're cute as heck with glasses, and just say, great, because I wear glasses. Olivia.
I had the opposite thing happen where my boyfriend was like, do you always wear your contacts? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, but you have glasses, right? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you probably look great in glasses.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, chill, first of all. I hate my glasses. I have to get them made in Switzerland because they don't carry my prescription in the U.S.
Wow.
Like,
What's your prescription?
It's bad.
Swiss.
Like, if I take my contacts out, I can barely see past the tip of my nose.
Oh no.
It's gray.
That sucks.
It's
So
not
he was
even like
saying,
colors.
I think girls
it's
in glasses
gray.
are
Right?
really cute. That's what he was trying to say. Is it'd be
wow.
Oh, yeah.
so cute if you wore glasses.
And I was just like, please chill.
yeah, no.
That sucks.
Montana?
Yeah, I've had sort of a similar thing happen where, like, everybody I've been with, they're like, yeah, your makeup's nice, but it's better when you don't do that
Oh my
because
gosh.
sometimes you look like a clown.
Wow.
I've had those words said to me. They're like, it's not that you look bad, it's that sometimes when you wear bright lipstick, you look clownish. And I'm like, stop talking! Because I know what they mean, and I know that they're not trying to be as horrible as what they're saying. But, like, I kind of cut them a break for that because, like, I understand what they mean, but they also understand that no matter what they say, I'm just going to do me and not change that. I'm
Right,
like,
do
oh,
you.
nice. I'm
Exactly.
glad that you have that opinion. I
Do
don't.
You. Olivia,
I will not
please
change.
read the question from Anonymous. I'm going to skip over Gummy Bear's question for now, just because
All
I want
right.
to. wanna-
Help! So there's a possibility the guys like May like me, and that's great.
maybe
but-
you meant this guy.
Right, yeah.
I may like you.
Oh, May
May
like me.
yes.
And that's great. But one of my good friends likes him and doesn't know I like him. And I've been trying to help her make her way into his heart. I knows it sounds strange that I am helping her out, but it would just feel weird if I didn't. Anyways, the thing that has been freaking me out lately is what if this guy asks me out? First, he's my friend, and I would hate to ruin the friendship. Second, I have never been asked out before. Third, I am not one to want attention, and I am scared about the attention I would get if I was in a relationship with him, considering I go to a small school. I am also freaked out of what my other friends will think. I feel like I am freaking out this much. I should say no if he asks me. I do like him. It's just confusing me. Help.
All right, so let me just, before I throw it to the panel, let me just clarify that if she thinks that it would cause a lot of attention for her to be dating, they're probably 12. Because any older than that, and it's really not that big a deal for someone to be dating. So I feel like if he asks her out, she could say, you know, I like you too, but you like my friend, and I just don't want to, I'm not ready to date. Like, you can agree to like people and not have to call it dating. Like, there are other options. Montana?
Yeah, I think especially when you're this young, you don't want to, like, try to, like, call it dating because then it's, like, it just makes everything too complicated needlessly because you're not even, like, really doing the things that traditionally dating people would do.
Right, but
so don't restrict yourself like that.
yeah, but
You
I
know
know
what I
that
mean?
kids this age,
Mhm.
if they feel like someone likes them, they
Uh-huh.
might feel like it's a yes or no question, that there isn't an in-between
Yeah, but
space to be.
just realize that there is an in-between space and it's fine. It doesn't make you a bad person if you, like, say like no, because also you want to like kind of come into yourself first before you want to like start dating, because then you try to like, what often happens is you try to look for yourself in the other person, and that never works out. So just feel comfortable in yourself and in liking this guy before you say yes to going any further. And it doesn't really matter if your friend likes him, because I guess it matters, but both of you like him, so it's like fair game, and you just need to like talk it through with your friend. Hopefully she'll be like understanding and stuff, and
But I don't even think
it'll
she
figure
needs
it
to
out.
have that conversation with her friend yet, because I don't feel like she's ready to date him.
Yeah, but
She's almost looking
at the
for
same time,
permission.
I don't know if her friend is ready to date him either.
Yeah. Aaron, whose hand was it? Oh, then throw it to Nina when you're done.
No, straight to Nina.
Okay. Straight to
Are
Nina.
you sure?
Yeah.
I just want to say don't think it through. What if he asked me out? You come to that opportunity when it comes to you, and then you think it through, because things change before everything happens, and then there might be a totally different situation, and then you can figure out what you want to do. And first of all, you're actually a really nice person for helping your
Really
friend,
nice,
but
yeah.
I feel like if you come to a point where he is openly talking about liking you in front of her, or he asks you out, you should probably have a conversation with your friend. And I also agree with them, you're not really ready to go forward with a relationship, it sounds like.
Yeah, it feels like it would put her too much in the spotlight. She's not grown up enough for that, and she's being very mature the way she words everything. Aaron.
Yeah, I just want to say one other thing is that like you've been helping her get this guy, but you think that there's a chance that he'll end up asking you. If he does, it's not because you've been chasing him, right? Like she can't hold you accountable
Right,
if he
right.
on his own volition comes to you and says, "Yo, want to go out?"
Right.
Like that's not your doing.
He may say yo, in which case run. Because the next thing he's going to say is YOLO, and that's never good.
Oh God.
Maddie.
I've actually been in this situation before. It was kind of weird. Yeah, it was both me and my friend liked this guy, but she didn't know that I liked him, and so I was like, she was like, "Oh my God, help me, like talk to him," and I was like, "Okay." So yeah, we did that for a little while. He didn't actually end up liking either one of us, which is how that story ended. But yeah, we kind of just laughed about it actually in the end, because I told her about like it. I think it was like 2 weeks or something like that, where she was like very aggressively trying to get me to like talk to him and text
Right.
him and like make sure that he was seeing her all the time. And I was like, all right, we gotta talk.
You're like, hey.
Yeah. And eventually we were both just kind of like, actually, is he really that great?
Yeah.
No. And
Oh,
we
that's
kind of just
funny.
like forgot about it and
I want to
laughed
jump
and-
ahead because I really want to get to Main Lane's question because it's so good. And here's a kid who's 10 years old and had really very mature in the way she asked the question. As she does. Maddie, you want to read it?
No. You should read it because we don't have the full question.
We don't?
No.
Oh, I cut it,
It
off?
says, I feel like I.
Got pushed. Oh, look at the first page got pushed down, so that's probably what happened. See?
Also, when you hold up any sort of paper, it's bigger than you. I just wanted to point that out.
Yay.
GoPro! This is what they're meant for, the
Actually-
kind of action sequence that...
I have it right
Um,
here if you want me to read it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, Aaron.
So this is from Main Lanes. Is it bad that I'm only 10 and I want my boyfriend to kiss me? Yesterday he put his arms around me and I laughed and it was really awkward. I don't even know. It's not weird to even have a boyfriend now. I feel like I already know people who are going to say no. But it would help if you explain why it would be a no, or hopefully a yes in a good way. Not like focus on Barbies. Or you should not even have a boyfriend. You are strange. Yes, I'm strange, but I want him so bad. If a younger person answered this, I think I would feel better. Well, that's not going to happen on this podcast, but hopefully we can make you feel better anyway.
Well, who's
All right,
the
can I
youngest
just
person in
stop
the room?
and say, like, can you guys... A 10-year-old saying, I want him so bad?
I want him to so bad.
Oh,
Which is
to
I want
kiss
him
her.
to kiss, yes.
Oh, okay. Whew, thank God.
Yeah, I was just like, I want him so
No.
bad.
All right.
Like, that's a
That-
little
Yeah, I
bit.
was getting a little concerned. All right, who's been the most recently 10 years old? Nina.
I just turned 11, so. I haven't been in this situation, so I don't know if I'm even a help with this, because I never really fell into the whole elementary school dating thing, because I was never like, I think I'm too young for this sort of thing.
Right.
And I think you, it's not bad that you want him to kiss you. That's a normal thing that a 10-year-old goes through, I think. It's probably going to pass. You need to really think about what if you really like this boy or you just want to kiss someone sort of thing. But I don't really know what
I don't
where
really
to
feel
go
like
on this.
anything other than kissing each other on the cheek. I don't really feel it like is a good idea. I mean, I know there's that scene in what's the movie with Macaulay Culkin where he's gonna no. They're like in the woods and there's bees and like he kiss. Yeah, My Girl. Yeah, My Girl. So I mean, they look like they're about 10. So I guess it happens. Olivia.
I went to a school where elementary school dating was like a huge thing. And it was like everybody had a boyfriend, but it was like one of 3 guys, and like
Wow.
they just kind of like circulated
Made the
around
rounds.
them. But I thought it was dumb, and it's cool if you don't think it was dumb. It is dumb, and I get it. Like your hormones are just starting up, and they're like, "Here's feelings you never had before." I get it, you know, it's not strange, and I don't think anybody here thinks you're strange because of it. It's just like, remember, like, you have the rest of your life. I promise. Like, this is like, yeah, you can feel this, like, pressing desire, like, oh, I want to just do it. I just want to get it out of the way and have my first kiss and just, woo! But no, like, you're 10. Like, you have at least, like, 80 more years, hopefully, you know? Like, I had my first kiss when I was, like, 12, and it was awful, but it happened, and then I was, like, okay with it because I was, like, a little bit older, and, like, I could, like, be in the headspace of, like, that was my first kiss. It was so disgusting, and now I'm moving on with it. But when you're 10, I think you're building up something around something that ultimately really won't mean much.
Right, but there really shouldn't be anything disgusting about a 10-year-old kiss anyway, because it should be really just like a little peck if it's on the lips at all. But I think kissing someone on the cheek is a big deal at 10. Like, that's already something that you would be like, wow, I just kissed this boy on the cheek. That should be news-making, I would think, that lip-to-lip contact at age 10 is not kind of adorable. It's kind of like, why? Just because, like, you're still a little kid. So, and I know that she asked the question in a very mature way, and she may be listening to me right now and going, Weezy, you're not taking me seriously. So I'm going to let Aaron talk.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, what we think as people who are, like, in high school or college or after, right? Like, oh, kiss, I know what that means. That may not be what's on her mind. And I think that the definition of a kiss changes over time, and let's scale it back to being 10 years old. So, like, what she probably means, my guess is like a quick maybe peck on the lips, like a boom. That's it, right? Yeah, like a boom. Yeah, yeah.
That's the sound
And-
you should make.
Right, that is the sound you should make. And I just like at 10 years old, if you're dating this kid, right, like, and you want to kiss, like, if it's that, I'd like. It's hard to object to something like that.
But she can't really expect him to initiate him.
No.
Because he's 10. If you're 10, hopefully he's 10. So I don't know of any 10-year-old boys that are like, I'm going to get some action tonight. Let's go. I don't. It's like you may want to just say to him, like, should we kiss? Like, just have the conversation. Montana?
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand what you're saying, but I think that, like, we need to be a little bit more sensitive to it, because I feel like we're kind of like, how do you say it, like patronizing her.
Right.
Like, it's perfectly normal to have that urge and to like want to kiss somebody at your age. That's like when all of that starts. Like, we all have hormones, like Olivia said. Mine, however, came out on my face. When I was 10, I had the worst acne. But
At 10?
good. Yeah.
Wow.
It started when I was like 10, and then it got kind of better, and it was just gross. But yeah, good for you that it's coming out this way instead of on your face. But I just want you to know that it's like perfectly normal
Right.
for you to like start thinking about this, because that's what like we as people are meant to do. That being said, I wouldn't try to make it like serious. The thing that like alarms me a little bit more than her saying she wants to kiss somebody, like, that's fine, whatever. But the fact that she already has like a boyfriend, and I know what that means when you're 10. It means that you're kind of like friends at school and you don't really do anything. But like, try to think of it like that and like it's carefree, because you have so much of your life to have 2 serious relationships. I mean, not 2 as in 2 as in, I mean, like too much.
Right.
Too serious, too fast. And just learn to be comfortable with the fact that you can be single, or you can have an in-between thing where you're not like boyfriend, girlfriend, where you're just dating. Like, the earlier you get comfortable with that, the better, in my opinion, just because it keeps everything like more adult and less complicated.
Right, and we don't have to say go play with your Barbies in order to say you don't need to grow up too soon.
Mhm.
Growing up is
Yeah.
going to happen. You can't hold it off if you try.
Mhm.
So it's coming, and some of the greatest things in life are things that we waited for and we were looking forward to.
And also
Tell
expect
Trish
your
to move slightly out of camera.
Oh,
also expect your first kiss to be just terrible. It's not good for anybody. It's so bad.
yeah.
and so
Your aim is bad. You may
lipless.
not even land anywhere on the person's face, and
Someone's
so
wearing Carmax. It's just-
Oh God, Carmax.
right.
Why was that ever a thing?
Wait, what's Carmax?
It is medicated lip balm.
Yuck.
Wow.
But it like
That's
tastes
hot.
like some sort of engine oil.
Yes, it does. And it has the consistency of what I imagine engine oil.
Yes. My first kiss was like completely lipless. It's like you took an 80-year-old and just cut off their lips.
Why?
No,
Why
because then that would
specifically
be
an 80-year-old?
That's not.
Because they already have no lips to begin with.
Rhodey, would you please read the question from Hayden? I don't know how to say the rest of his name.
Hi guys, I recently came out as gay to all my friends, but am yet to come out to my family. I really want to, but I'm scared. Also, I really want a relationship, but all the gays at my school aren't what I'm looking for. Would a long-distance relationship be safe?
So I'm really kind of comparing these two questions because it's like a person going, I want this right now. And you have to embrace that your future is coming. It's nobody could hold it back if they tried. You will meet interesting guys. You will kiss a boy. You don't necessarily have to do it now, and you don't have to do it while you sacrifice other aspects of growing up, which is maybe kissing a boy too soon or having an online relationship with some freaky weirdo who isn't really a 16-year-old boy. It can wait. And if we talk about the safety of online relationships with teenagers, gay or straight, I don't know that just because you've called it a relationship doesn't mean that it is one. It may fill some sort of emotional void, but having a relationship with a person in real life is worth waiting for, I believe. Aaron.
So, you're just coming out now, and you're talking about like the safety of online relationships, and those two things tell me you're probably pretty young, which means that you have gone through very little of your schooling life and very little of your life in general. So, like, yeah, as you said, the gays in your school are not doing it for you relationship-wise, but like, things change. You're going different places. You're going to college. You're going to maybe even high school. People change as well. Good point. People change.
There's more gay kids at your school than you know. They just
Yeah, absolutely. And right,
Yeah,
or bi
bi
guys,
guys, yeah.
absolutely. And like, as this all progresses, right? Like, things work out. You meet people, and I hope that, it's tough now, but I hope that you understand that you're going to be both accepted more and find people who are in a similar situation to you that you can resonate with. Montana.
Also, long-distance relationship isn't the correct term for this. You mean internet relationship, because long-distance relationships, as I understand them, are more when like there's a couple together and then they have to like be apart for a while and then you
Right.
try to keep it long distance, and that is the worst thing ever.
Yeah,
I am
don't
so sorry.
do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Jake and Rhodey do it really, really cute, and I just
Yeah,
love
but
you
it still
guys.
sucks.
But I've done it,
Yeah.
and it's the worst thing ever. Never do it. Sorry.
but someone you haven't met yet online is different.
Yeah, because not only do you not have the like experience the like only good times of when you're together and get to be together and like learn about each other in person, you don't even get that. So it's just all work and no like actual
you
good
get to
bits.
like you feel like
And-
you have the label of I have a boyfriend, but it's just empty. It's not. It's like
Yeah.
an empty vessel. It's not the real thing. Go
And
ahead.
you can definitely know a lot about people from online and stuff and get to know them, but it's just not the same, and it's not nearly as rewarding. So don't do it. And like, if you do try to long distance in the future, just call back about that because I have a lot to rant about.
Like, why not just make friends online so that you can experience talking with people and sharing stories? But why do you have to call it dating, Jake?
Okay. This is. I have a friend and she plays like way too much World of Warcraft, and she meets people there, and she's had a few online relationships, and they're like honestly good and like fulfilling for her, and they even like they'll meet up and visit, and they know they're real people, and it always goes really well until it turns out that the other person is completely crazy. Because you don't know anyone else in that person's life. You can't meet someone else they know to see if that person is crazy. Because in real life, you go to school, you know all these people, or you work however you meet these people, and you can tell that person isn't crazy because they are surrounded by people who aren't crazy as well. But if you go and find someone online, you have no idea if that person is crazy
There's
or
no
not.
frame of reference.
Exactly.
All right, with that, it's 8 o'clock. We're going to have to say goodbye. We are Our Place Out Loud. Go download the app, Our Place, in the iTunes App Store. And we love you, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
I've been out there wandering. I've been in here wondering, hoping, reaching, or wishing I could find my way. Then I found our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. I may look a little hazy and I may feel a little crazy. I'm sifting through confusion and I'm searching for solutions. No, I'm answer bound, 'cause I found our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness. Your soul may be in tatters. You'll learn what really matters. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness. Your soul may be in tatters. You learn what really matters. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, you'll find a friend to care it. Hear you, heal you, steer you back to kindness.